The Nigerian Senate has tackled President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's request to deploy troops to the Niger Republic in response to the recent military coup. Straight to the headline. Details of Senate's closed-door session emerge as they tackle Tinubu's military plan in Niger. Once again, you're listening to Independent TV7. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Independent TV7. Now, to the news. The Nigerian Senate has tackled President Bola Tinubu's request to deploy troops to Niger Republic in response to the recent military coup. Politics Nigeria reports that the senators who are in a closed-door session said they were against any use of force against the Nigerian government. They also rejected Tinubu's proposal to cut off electricity supplies to Niger Republic. The senators said they were concerned that military action would only escalate the situation in Niger Republic and could lead to further violence. Now, they also said that cutting off electricity supplies would hurt ordinary Nigerians, ordinary Nigerian who had nothing to do with the coup. Now, Sahara reporters quoted a source who gave an update on the closed-door session. The senators are in an executive closed-door session now without the press or anyone discussing about whether to use force, military action in Niger Republic. Majority of the senators are against the deployment of soldiers and are even against the power supply cut off as already announced by the Nigerian government. Senators are still speaking, and most of the senators are vehement against any development or deployment of soldiers in any form. Deliberations are ongoing, and Senate President is appealing for us to endorse the steps President Tinubu has taken so far. But the senators have vehemently rejected his suggestion and appeal, the source revealed. Wow. On the headline that I read now, it says there are details of Senate's closed-door session, and it has emerged as the tackle Tinubu's military plan in Niger. Like in the previous article that I read out, I discovered that it seems it's democracy they want to introduce to them. That's the benchmark. That's what I believe. In other words, introducing democracy, the process and the plan, you understand, to do all that is what I think. One of those plans is to deploy, soldiers, military, to go and safeguard or keep peace with the Niger Republic. Again, the senators are in an executive closed-door session now, according to the source, says without the press or anyone, discussing about whether to use force, military action in Niger Republic. Majority of the senators are against the deployment of soldiers and are even against the power supply cut off as already announced by the Nigerian government. Senators are still speaking, and most of the senators are vehement against any deployment of soldiers in any form. Deliberations are ongoing, and Senate President is appealing for us to endorse the steps President Tinubu has taken so far. But the senators have vehemently rejected his suggestion and appealed. The source has revealed Tinubu's letter addressed to the Senate and received by Senate President Godswill Akpabio on Friday had partly read. Now, following the unfortunate political situation in Nigeria and also at large, and also following the unfortunate political situation in Niger Republic, culminating in the overthrow of its president, ECOWAS, under my leadership, condemned the coup in its entirety and resolved to seek the return of the democratically elected government. In a bid to restore peace, ECOWAS convened a meeting and came out with a communique. Now, closure and monitoring of all land borders with Niger Republic and the reactivating of the border drilling exercise, cutting off electricity supply to Niger Republic, mobilizing international support for the implementation of the provisions of the ECOWAS communique, preventing the operation of a commercial and special flights into and from Niger Republic. That simply means preventing the operation of commercial and special flights to and from Niger Republic. Blockade of goods in transit to Niger, especially from Lagos and Eastern Seaport, embarking on sensitization of the Nigerians and Nigerians on the imperative of these actions, particularly via social media. Military build-up and a deployment of personnel for military intervention to enforce compliance of the military junta on day in Niger Republic should they remain recalcitrant. Wow, English. Recalcitrant. Well, that simply means with immediate effect as per what is being written in the letter, or what was being addressed, because Tinubu's letter addressed to the Senate and received by Senate President Gospel Akpabio and on Friday had partly read. And following the unfortunate political situation in Niger Republic and culminating in the overthrow of its president, ECOWAS under my leadership condemned the coup in its entirety and resolved to seek the return of democracy. Interesting. So, closure of monitoring of all lands borders with Niger Republic and reactivating of the border drilling exercise. Wow, border drilling exercise. Yes, you can't just take goods and commodity, no border, no plan, no respect for rule of law. As per you want to enter into someone's country, they need to ask you a few questions. If you are truly a citizen of that country you say you're coming from or thereabout, let alone the goods if they are expired or goods that are not illicit, goods that are coming from the right source. It's good that they monitor all those things, but